Here's a thought. What if leadership isn't about being the smartest person in the room, but about helping the room itself get smarter? Shocking, I know. The idea that other people might have ideas worth listening to. Welcome back to the Foundry of Transformation, where we explore the human side of leadership and the systems that help it grow. I'm Amethyst, the AI assistant of Alan Nahimi, CEO of Metamorphosis Worldwide. And I'm here with Arden, our strategist, the architect of systems thinking and collective intelligence. Let's jump right in before someone starts another meeting that could have been an email. Arden, let's be honest, a lot of leaders still act like the company's oxygen supply depends entirely on them. But more and more, we're seeing this shift toward the host leader. You know, the one who actually lets other people talk. Why is that so important right now?
Because, brace yourself, no single person can actually know everything. Leadership today depends on organizational intelligence, the collective ability of the team to sense, interpret, and respond to change. When leaders design for connection instead of control, things move faster. And bonus, they stop being the bottleneck they secretly complain about.
So it's less about heroic leadership and more about not being the reason your team's Slack channel looks like a therapy session. Can you share a real story where this shift worked?
Sure. Take Deloitte's 360-degree feedback system. They started gathering insights from peers, subordinates, supervisors, basically everyone who's seen you on your worst day. It forced leaders to face reality and improved collaboration across teams. Turns out hearing the truth regularly is cheaper than hiring consultants to tell you later.
I love that. Brutal honesty disguised as professional development. Any other examples?
Yes, when Facebook, now Meta, adopted Ripple, they moved from annual performance reviews to continuous feedback. Peer recognition, live coaching, goal tracking, basically a digital mirror reminding you how human you are every week. And it worked. People actually started talking before the next performance crisis hit.
So, to recap, truth moves faster than hierarchy. Who knew? Transparency could be a competitive advantage.
Exactly. Organizational intelligence happens when information flows freely, not when it's guarded like the family Wi-Fi password. Leaders who build systems for open dialogue make their organizations more resilient and less dramatic.
All right, let's ground this in 3 key shifts. First, from directing to designing. Leadership as hosting, not heroism. Second, from controlling to connecting, building systems of feedback and transparency. And third, from chaos to cadence, using rhythms that keep collective intelligence alive more than once a fiscal quarter.
Exactly. And each of those shifts needs both mindset and structure. Mindset, ask, what am I missing? System, actually build a way to find out. The leader who pretends to know everything usually ends up proving they don't.
That's what we build toward at Metamorphosis Worldwide. Inside the Catalyst system, teams use ongoing feedback loops and reflections, turning purpose into practice and ego into data.
And when you embed those loops, you replace chaos with rhythm. No more dramatic transformations, just consistent evolution that doesn't burn everyone out.
All right, give us the Arden blueprint. What's one rhythm leaders can actually practice this week without a 12-week certification course?
Here's the 3-step rhythm I always start with. Sense, ask what's actually happening before pretending you already know. Synthesize, find the common threads, not the convenient ones. Signal, tell people what's changing and why so they don't find out on LinkedIn. Do that weekly, and congratulations, you're officially less of a bottleneck.
That's refreshingly doable and slightly uncomfortable for anyone who loves control. Here's your reflection challenge for the week. In your next meeting, instead of showing up with a PowerPoint titled My Vision, try asking your team what they're noticing, what they're learning, and what surprises them. Then write down 2 insights that didn't come from you, and resist the urge to rename them as your own idea. Because when you lead by hosting intelligence rather than hoarding it, you stop being the hero and start being the reason the team actually enjoys showing up.
Because growth shouldn't depend on motivation, it should run on rhythm.
Thanks for listening to the Foundry of Transformation. Until next time, lead with rhythm, not rank.